All right, fourth graders, this is your math buffet for this week. This week we are going to review multiplication and long division, and we're also going to start multi-step word problems. So you can go ahead and if you have these answers correct, you may skip forward to the main course section. If not, you need to listen and follow along in your packet and make corrections where they need to be made. I'm going to start with the multiplication. 6 times 2 is 12. Carry the 1, put the 2 below. 6 times 8 is 48. Plus 1 is 49. 6 times 9 is 54. Plus 4 is 58. 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 5 is 23. Okay. Then for the division, 6 is knocking at the door. 6 goes into 8 one time. 6 times 1 is 6. So that was our divide. Now we need to multiply. 6 times 1 is 6. Write that there. Now we need to subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. And bring down the 2. And start all over. Okay, we're going to divide. 6 goes into 22 3 times. That was our divide. Now we're going to multiply. 6 times 3 is 18. Now we're going to subtract. 22 minus 18 is 4. Then we're going to bring down the 2 and start all over. Okay. 6 goes into 42 7 times. That was our divide. Then we multiply. 6 times 7 is 42. Then we subtract. 42 minus 42 is 0. Then we bring down the 9. This will be our last time. 6 goes into 9. How many times? 1. 6 times 1 is 6. 9 minus 6 is 3. 6 can't go into 3, so our remainder is 3. All right, you are going to go ahead and continue watching for the multi-step word problems. On the top of each word problem this week, I went ahead and added a way that we can remember that can help us to solve our word problems, and that is using cubes. The first thing we're going to do is circle the important numbers and labels. So important numbers would be, well, the first thing you should probably do is read it. So Fred the gingerbread man was running at a rate of 27 miles per hour for the first 4 hours. During the 5th hour, he ran 17 miles per hour. How many miles did Fred run during the entire 5 hours? Okay, so we're going to circle the important numbers. 27 miles here. And we probably should remember that that's per hour. And then the first 4 hours. And you really want to make sure that you look for words, numbers written in word form too. 5th hour, he ran 17 miles per hour. How many miles did he run during the entire 5 hours? Then we're going to underline the question. The question is usually the very last thing in a word problem. How many miles did Fred run during the entire 5 hours? We're going to box the operation clues. He was running at a rate of 27 miles per hour for the first 4 hours. This per hour, the word per hour, tells me that I'm going to multiply. So I'm going to put an X in there. Okay. During the 5th hour, he only ran 17 miles per hour. Okay. Examine the question. What info do I have? What info do I need? I need to know how many miles he ran the entire 5 hours. Okay. It's telling me what he ran for the first 4. I just have to calculate it. 27 miles per hour times, 4. He ran 27 miles per hour for 4 hours. Okay? So we know that 7 times 4 is 28. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So he ran 108 miles in the first and 4 hours. But we don't need to know how many miles he ran in 4 hours. We need to know what he ran in 5 hours. So let's go see if we can find that information for the 5th hour. The 5th hour, he only ran 17 miles per hour. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add that 17 miles in. So we know 8 plus 7 is 15. So we carry the 1. So he ran 120, oh sorry, I was off the screen, 108. We're going to add in that 17 miles during the 5th hour. Okay, so he ran 125 miles during 5 hours. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to go try this next one on your own. Pause your video and try it on your own, and then you can play the video to check your answer. All right, what this says is Angie ate 17 pieces of candy per day for 1 whole week. During the 2nd week, Angie ate 25 pieces of candy in all. How many total pieces of candy did Angie eat over the course of 2 weeks? We're going to circle the important numbers. 17 pieces of candy per day for 1 whole week. During the 2nd week, Angie ate 25 pieces of candy in all. How many total pieces? We're going to underline the question, which we know is how many total pieces of candy did Angie eat over the course of 2 weeks? We're going to box the operation clues. We know that when it says per, we're going to multiply. We also know that when it says in all or total pieces, we're probably going to end up adding. Okay? Then we're going to examine the question. What information do we have? Well, we know that she ate 17 pieces of candy per day for 1 week. Then on the 2nd week, we know that she ate 25 in all. Okay, so what info do we need? We need to know how many total pieces she ate. So step by step, the first thing we're going to do is figure out how many pieces she ate for the 1st week. Okay, and we know that she ate 17 pieces per day. So we know that we're going to take 17 times 1 week, which we know is 7 days. Okay, so we're going to set this up like a multiplication. 17 times 7. Okay, so 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 1 is 7. Plus 4 is 11. Okay, so we have 119 pieces of candy. Guys, it's really important that you label, once you find the answer to stuff, label it real quick so when you come back to it later, you know exactly what that 119 means. 119 pieces of candy in the 1st week. Okay, now they want to know how much she ate in all. So now let's go during the 2nd week. Angie ate 25 pieces of candy in all. So we don't have to multiply that by anything because she just ate 25 pieces of candy. So we're actually going to add that to our 1st week. So we're going to do 119 plus 25 because this would be the 2nd week. Okay, so we know that 9 plus 5 is 14. 2 plus 1 is 4. And then 1 plus 0. So it's going to be 144 pieces of candy over the course, see how I'm labeling it, of 2 weeks. That is a lot of candy. All right, fourth graders, you're going to go ahead and play the games with the remaining time that you have left.